We know what needs to be done.
The solution is on the table, but there's no prepared to come to the table.
Well, it's time we let dolphins rule the world.
We had a solution, but they shut the bugger down.
I find his remarks deeply offensive.
We should all sit down together and have a nice cup of tea.
I give the youngsters solutions, and they do not listen.
We know what needs to be done.
Well, the solution is to play Dean Saunders up front.
And now it's time for the Mark Steele solution.
Thank you very much. Good evening and welcome to a new series of The Mark Steele Solution, the show where each week I come up with a radical proposal to change all of our lives for the better. And tonight's proposal concerns work. Because anybody who's ever had a job will know what it's like to lie in bed every single morning going, oh, one more minute. Then I'll get up. And the minute comes to an end and you go, oh, on the count of three. 1, 2, 1 more minute, then I'll go. And at least one day out of every single week, just as this is happening, that's when this little man that had crawled from the back of your pillow would go, you could always take the day off sick, you know. And the way he'd convince you to take the day off sick would be brilliant, because he'd convince you really were ill. He'd say, after all, you have got a bit of a pain in your back, haven't you? Well, I've got a bit, but not enough. Oh, it's going to get worse as the day goes on, I suppose it is. And in the end, you'd be hobbling down the stairs, paralysed, going, why should I spend the rest of my life in a wheelchair just because of them? Hello, is that Mr. Bartlett? I might be in sometime later, but I very much doubt it. Probably in April. And as soon as you put the phone down, you find it's a brilliant cure. You just go, oh, I'll go mountaineering instead now. And so that is why tonight's proposal is that having a job should be illegal. Now, some people might argue, but then nothing would get done. But how much actually gets done in jobs when most people's jobs are like this?
Oh, God, 3 minutes late. Morning.
Afternoon. Yes, come on, Clive. We've got a big batch of R&Ds to get through. Copy everything from the C12 onto a C12A, then file both copies under cucumber and set fire to them. Keeping you awake, are we, Sandra?
I've got nothing to do.
Well, get on with some filing.
I've finished it.
Well, look out of the window and twist the paperclip till it breaks.
I've done that.
Well, twist another one. Have you made Mr. Hardcastle's tea yet?
He's not in today.
Well, make it and tip it away. Clive, have you seen my stapler?
Yeah, I think it was on...
No, don't tell me. Write it on a B461, do 3 copies, check it with accounts, wrap it in a box with a selection of snails and get South East Division to fax the answer through to a random assortment of wasps in northern Cyprus.
So the truth is that jobs are the least productive way to spend the day. For a start, a lot of jobs are utterly pointless, like estate agents. If there weren't any, people would still live in houses. It's like they suddenly decided that before you can buy a banana, you've got to go to a banana agent. And then you have to sit in front of this bloke who shows you pictures of one that's gone all black and soggy and goes, oh, here's a lovely little beauty, ideal first-time banana. And clothes shop assistants, what's the point in them? If they didn't pounce on you, we'd still wear clothes. When you go to the post office for a stamp, nobody jumps on you as soon as you get in there going, yes, sir, can I help you? What about sending a nice parcel to Kenya? If something is useful, then people will use it, unless human society develops like this. Pulling your mammoth home?
Yes.
Still using a rope and a lump of wood?
Yes.
Then you need new wheel and go.
It's amazing. Now I just wheel and go.
New wheel and go. It's a rope and a lump of wood in one. And then there are all the people whose jobs involve producing unnecessary things. For instance, there are already televisions. And once you've got a sound and a picture, that's all you really need. But they have to invent an extra type to make you buy a new one. So they say, I know, we'll make one that won't be like the old one, where you had to change the channel by getting out of the chair, walking all the way over to the set, pressing the button and going back to the chair again, wasting 8, maybe 9 seconds. Now we'll invent a new remote-controlled one where it only takes 45 minutes going, maybe it's down the back of the settee. Or low-alcohol lager. How many people were involved in producing this muck? I don't want to be cynical here, but lager was invented for a reason. When they invented it, they did not stand in the laboratory going, what a charming taste. And then a few days later go, but Simpkins, it appears to have this peculiar side effect. Making you talk crap and go for a curry and things. And anyone who has ever worked in an office will know that there's always at least one department whose work is utterly pointless.
Right, welcome to the department. I'm sure you're aware how important our work is. So your job will be to go through the newspapers every day, one by one, very carefully, and colour in the O's.
Colour in the O's?
Yes, just the O's. Don't do what one of our lads did and start doing the noughts as well.
I had to chip Exham out.
Yes, this is Harold. He's been doing it 30 years, never missed an O yet.
I'm on the Financial Times. Hello, is that Miss Prince? Page 12, column 3. Bill Clinton. Should that be an O?
Yes, you see, it's like a madhouse in here sometimes.
You're telling me. We was in it at 11 o'clock one night.
Really?
Yeah. Big article on Yoko Ono going to Orinoco, see? And even if a job is productive, the chances are it's so badly organised that nothing will get done anyway. And the way jobs are organised, doing the work is less important than being there on time. Now, if you really want to do something, say like put up some shelves in your house, you do it when you feel like doing it. You don't wake up with a hangover and force yourself to start at 9 in the morning. Then stand there dying for a cup of tea going, oh, another 40 minutes and I'm going to have one. And the other reason that jobs are badly organised is that you have to have a boss. And the higher up that a boss is, the less they seem to know about the job. And, this is our assembly area. So what are you doing to this one, then?
Well, sir, this is where we assemble the actual television.
Oh, I see. Good. And, when do you put the picture on?
Sorry?
You stick that on later, presumably.
Well, no, we don't...
Oh, I see. So this one is actually a radio, then? Yes. Well, there we are, then. Good to know we can beat the Japs at something here at
Hitachi, sir.
Hitachi, yes. See, the job of a boss is not to know about the work. It's to be a boss. That's why everybody knows a day in advance when the boss is going to take his annual 2-minute walk through the building. And a climate of fear surrounds the whole place. Now, how does this help improve the work? A boss would make any job harder, not easier. Imagine having sex with a boss watching you.
Oh, yeah.
Right, how are we getting on here? Are we finished?
Well, we're still on the foreplay.
Well, can't we hurry it up? Look, don't bother with that bit.
Right, we'll just, yeah.
Oh, yes, baby, oh.
Yeah.
On the South East Division are waiting, you see.
Yeah, I'm sorry, right?
Well, look, never mind all that. Just go straight on to the orgasm.
Oh, all right. Oh, yes, oh, God, oh, Daddy, oh.
Right, that'll do. You'll just have to finish off on your own.
See, everything becomes a chore once it's a job. So it's not surprising that most people's aim at work is just to do as little as possible. Everyone in an office knows the trick of walking around with a piece of paper in your hand to make it look as if you're taking it somewhere. This is what was probably happening to Neville Chamberlain, and he got caught. It's exactly the same on a building site. People go, here, do you fancy the morning off? Right, stick this bottle of Tizer in the cement mixer, right? And then it's, don't know what the matter with it is, George, pair of aces. These are the things that you learn when you start a new job, and so they should be part of the training course.
As a clerk, you'll be part of a well-oiled office machine. But that's not all. You also risk being bored to death. The following hints are designed to help you survive the working day.
Just going to the toilet.
You'll be surprised how long you can get away with, so remember the golden rule: 5 minutes standing up, 12 minutes sitting down. Now, let's turn to our old friend, the photocopier.
Copy these 3 letters for me, will you, Karen?
Yes, Mr. Whipsnade.
Uh-oh. What's she done wrong? Yes, she's taken them all at once. 3 trips to the photocopier takes 3 times as long, with 3 times the chance of getting stuck behind someone else. So you can finish that cosmopolitan quiz. Are your orgasms loud enough? And now for the jackpot. Getting sent out on an errand.
Oh, sorry I've been so long. Traffic was murder. I had to wait ages. When I got there, it wasn't on the A to Z. I'll tell you what, don't send me to Camden again.
But you've been gone for a week. And you've got a suntan.
Oh, no, there was no tubes. I had to take a donkey. It stopped off in Tunisia.
That's the spirit. And remember the 3 N's. Natter, nod off, and never waste a sick day by having it when you're sick.
And everybody is on the fiddle. I used to work in this petrol garage, and there was a carpet company that had an account with the garage. So they used to send all their trucks in, and then they'd put their petrol in, and we had to sign a little sheet and send it off to the company at the end of the month. So we worked out this little scam, where the truck drivers would come in, they'd say, put 8 in, we'd put 8 in, and then we'd write 12 down. So the garage would be 4 gallons in credits. We'd take 4 gallons worth of money out, share it out between me, my mate, and the driver. And it got going brilliantly. So every day there was £1 and another £2 and a £5, and then we worked out all these other scams, and it was a £5, and it got to the point where in the end, on a Thursday afternoon, the boss would come round with the wages, and we go, oh, I forgot all about them. And it carries on, doesn't it, being brilliant, until eventually somebody gets greedy and goes, now listen, my brother's an airline pilot, right? And then I found it really hard, because I got a job in an office, and there's nothing to nick. And it's really awkward, isn't it? At the end of the first week, I had old cupboards full of staplers and sellotape and rubbish, and it's a really important part of the job, having something to nick, isn't it? I found myself going round pubs and that on a Friday night, going, here, mate, need a gallon of Tipp-Ex, but there was nothing. And it matters whether you take a job on or not, depends on what there is to nick. When you go for the interview and they say, are there any questions you'd like to ask us? You ought to say, yeah, what can you nick, mate? Because it's important. So not only are jobs unproductive, you actually end up with less stuff in the world than when you started. But there is one other reason that jobs should be illegal, which is that they are utterly, irredeemably, poxy horrible. And it starts, the horror, right from the interview. Every interview, the same stupid questions. I went for a job as a milkman once. Same stupid questions. Tell me, Mark, what first interested you in? Milk. Sitting there, look, I'm just skint, I want the money, I owe me mum 50 quid, give us the job, but you have to play the game. And go, well, even when I was 7, I used to draw the different types of bottle you could get. When my friends went train spotting, I'd go cow spotting. You're so nervous when you start. First job I had in an office, I was 16, and I'd spend all day thinking, oh dear, don't look at me, have I done something wrong? Oh, please look the other way. And every morning this woman, Martha, the tea lady, would come round with a trolley with loads of different cakes and biscuits on it, and she'd say, oh, hello, love, you're new, what would you like, a bit of this or a bit of the other? I bet you wouldn't mind a bit of the other. Woo! And also, when you're new, they play these pranks on you. So they go, here, I'll see you what, right, you know that new apprentice, we had a right laugh with him, right, because we sent him down the depot, right, for a left-handed screwer, right, and a tin of stripe paint and some elbow grease. And he's come back, he said, I've got to go back in half an hour and collect it, right? So we said, well, while you're waiting, right, nip down to the Islamic fundamentalist restaurant, right, and ask for a crate of pork pies and a copy of Satanic Verses, right? And they sacrificed him, it went all funny. And then once you're settled into the job, there's the next stage. Boredom.
How much longer till lunch? God, it must be 1:45 by now. Could even be 1:50. Right. I'm going to have a look at the clock. Oh, please, God, please, God, please, God, please, let it be 1:50. 1:50, please, come on. Oh, no. 9:05. Well, I can't go to the toilet again.
And in some jobs, it gets so boring that people's only entertainment is danger. So you get these blokes on building sites going, here, we had a right laugh the other day, right, because old Terry, right, he's gone up on the roof, right, it's all icy, he's slipped, his foot's gone through the gutter, right, he's hanging onto the pipe, right, he's going, help me, I'm aren't falling, right? We went off laughing, right? He's going, we aren't falling, so we started lobbing rubble up at him, right? He's going, I'm going to slip to old Phil, right? He's got a scaffold pole, he's only put a feather on the end and started tickling his arm. He's going, help me, he's old Les. He goes down the zoo, gets a crocodile, he's going, here you are, he's going, get out of here! Oh, funny, right? And on top of all this, in every job, no matter what happens, there'll be someone you're working with who will always side with the boss. The manager could come in one day and go, right, as from tomorrow, there's a new rule. Every time you go to the toilet, you've got to hop on one leg. Anyone seen with their foot touching the floor has got to buy Mr. Perkins here a blackcurrant lollipop. And there'll still be at least one person go, well, you can see their point of view. So surely now everybody has agreed that jobs have to go. They're horrible, they're unproductive, most of them are pointless, they're badly organised, and everybody is on the fiddle. The only question is, what do we put in their place? Well, before we hear the Mark Steele solution, let's find out what the ordinary man in the cul-de-sac thinks of our proposal. So live from number 9, Begonia Close, it's Mr. Cul-de-sac.
This is the sound of the suburbs.
Jobs? Don't talk to me about jobs. They were going to build one of them job centres round here. I said, I'm not having it. People queuing up all hours of the day and night. You know where that's going to end up, don't you? School leavers signing on your living room. That's where, Geordie's knocking on your door asking if you want any ships built. Some bloke from Liverpool assembling an helicopter in your bathroom and an enterprise allowance scheme. What do you think? I'm stupid. How am I supposed to have a shave? It's an outrage. There was a lad next door that hadn't had a job for 6 years. I rang up the social security people. They said he's a 6-year-old child, Mr. Cul-de-sac. I said, I can't help that. It's about time they changed the rules. I saw one of them cards. It said gardener wanted. I said, he's not wanted round here. Traipsing in and out of the living room with mud all over his boots. It's an outrage. There was this bloke walking up and down our road the other day. I said, why don't you get a job? He said, I'm a postman, Mr. Cul-de-sac. I said, that's not... I know a bloke who was a bishop. I said, what sort of job is that, sitting around all day long on a chessboard? It's a wonder he doesn't get piled. And look at the number of builders there are in this country. I've already got an house. There was a bloke over the road painting the railings. 14 hours he was at it. Back and forth with his brush against the post. I said, how am I supposed to get any sleep with that racket going on? I was obliged to go round his house and dynamite a quarry. Oh, different then. And look at all them people down the council, workmen, lazy men, I call them, all day long staring into an hole. All day long they were there, didn't find a drop of oil. If you asked me, they weren't doing any work, they were playing badminton. That's what they were doing down there. It's a waste of ratepayers' money. They could have spent that money hanging people. I've written some letters to the government. Here they are. 3 million on the dole. If they've got nothing to do, why don't they come round here and stop next door's cat urinating on me radishes? Here's another one. Dear government, yesterday I saw one of your jobs advertised in the paper. I don't want it. Haven't I got enough to do as it is? It's an outrage. Here's another one. Dear government, why? That's as far as I got with that one, but it's coming on, don't you think? Thank you, Mr. Cul-de-sac. But what other alternatives are there? Well, some people's answer is modern working practices, so that you still have jobs, but everyone's on flexi-time or freelance, or in your lunch break you have to do Tai Chi with the personnel manager. And this is supposed to make you your own boss. What's the point of being your own boss? All it means is if you're 5 minutes late, you walk in and go, morning, afternoon, what time do I call this? I want to see me in my office in half an hour. Ooh, I sound in a mood this morning. Now, another answer is the government's, which is not that having a job should be illegal, but that getting a job should be impossible. And, of course, that's even worse, because if you're unemployed, instead of having a horrible job, you have to spend all your time hoping you're going to get one. Because if you don't keep looking, you'll fail the interrogation at the dole office, which is like playing the yes-no game off the telly.
Your name?
Ada Dribbit.
Ada Dribbit, right. First question coming up. Are you available for work?
I am.
Are you sure?
Indeed.
Nearly caught you out there.
You did.
Were you available for work yesterday?
I was.
All day?
Certainly.
Even when you were in the toilet?
Yes.
You were in the toilet, so you weren't available for work. No benefit to Mrs. Dribney. And the next one, please.
So clearly none of these are the answer. There's no point in trying to make jobs better or having some people with jobs and some not. The only way to make sure that people spend their time productively is to make having a job illegal. Just think how much better it would be. Instead of wasting time in a job, people could do exactly what they wanted to do. Now, you might think this would mean that everyone would just sit around doing nothing, but they wouldn't. Even now, most people do things on their days off. Like all those people who do DIY. If they didn't have to waste their time doing a job, they'd be able to spend all day putting up shelves or installing a remote-controlled cat flap. Before long, there'd be serving hatches in every wall in the country. There'd be nothing left to do. And even if people didn't have hobbies that were useful, they'd still want to do things. They'd be musicians and journalists and comedy writers and inventors. Einstein didn't become a scientist because he saw an advert in the Evening Standard saying, atom splitter wanted, earn pounds in your spare time, did it? Just about everything that needs doing, there'd be someone who wanted to do it. Loads of people would like to do the football commentary, so England versus Holland would be live from Baz's living room. This crucial World Cup qualifier. Oi, Kev, hurry up, it's started. So it's Gazza, beats some Italian geezer, beats another one. He's got Platt on his right, it's 2 against 1 and... Mum, get out of the way!
There you are, dear. I bought your friend a bowl of nuts. I like a boy with big nuts.
Oh, Mum, I've missed a goal!
And we'll be rejoining that match just as soon as Baz's mates tell him who scored.
And the army would just be people who like having rows, so you get the cast of EastEnders doing it. They would take on any army. Oh, if I hear you've been talking about my brother behind my back again, you slag, I'm going to stick this surface rear missile where the sun don't shine, all right? Even the laziest person in the whole world would be able to do something. Even these people who go, oh, I've got a lot on today, oh, I've got to post a letter. Oh, I might leave it till tomorrow. You'd find a use for them. They could just roll everybody's joints. And no one else would have to do it. You just go round and they'd just be sitting there all day going, you know, the CIA, man, they're living in my bath. So everyone would spend their day doing something productive. But you'd only be allowed to do it as long as it wasn't a job. If you didn't enjoy it, or if you started worrying about the boss, or turning up at exactly the same time every day, you'd be arrested. What could be fairer than that? Excuse me, sir. Are you on your way somewhere?
No. I'm just train spotting.
Could I have a look inside your briefcase then, sir?
There you are. It's, just a newspaper.
Yes, sir, it is. But all the O's have been coloured in.
All right, I admit it. I'm on my way to the office. I've got to be in at 9 o'clock. The boss wants me to dip my umbrella in some cottage cheese, spread it on a B461 and take it through to the whistling department. You can see his point of view.
I think you'd better come this way, sir.
But damn it, man, there's a crisis. Yoko Ono's met Bono for cocoa in Togo. I'll be there all bloody night.
Now, there is just one problem. There are some things that need to be done that are just so horrible that nobody would enjoy doing them. Under the Mark Steel solution, what would happen to these? Well, it would be like if you were sharing a flat. Nobody likes doing the washing up. Nobody gets paid for doing the washing up, but people do it. And that's what would happen to work like emptying the bins or tarmacking the road. So if somebody forgot it, it would be the same as if it was in your house. There'd be little bits of yellow paper stuck to the lampposts. Well, whoever it is, whose turn it is, kindly finish asphalting the high street and the rest of us want to go to Brighton. So, with the Mark Steel solution in place, what would a typical working day be like?
Morning.
10 o'clock at night.
Oh, and all the welding gear's being used.
Yes, Clive, there's just too many useful things being made. Tell you what, here's some money. Go and sit down the pub.
Oh.
Now, look here. Before you go, I'm not saying it was you, but someone has been sneaking into the storeroom and putting back gallons of Tippex.
Just a minute, where's that bloke from South East Division?
He's outside, building a cottage.
One more minute, then I really will go to bed. One more minute. Oh, but I do love underpinning. Right, on the count of 3. Then I'll go to bed. 1, 2. One more minute.